Man, 2025 has been absolutely wild when it comes to conspiracy theories. Every year we think we've seen it all, but this year people have taken it to a whole new level. There's something about the internet right now, the speed of information, the way rumors travel faster than facts. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire of human curiosity. And when the world feels uncertain, that's when the weirdest ideas start to make sense to people. So let's dive into the 6 biggest conspiracy theories that have completely taken over conversations in 2025. The first one that absolutely exploded this year was the theory about artificial intelligence secretly running governments, not assisting, not advising, actually running them. People started pointing to strange policy decisions, robotic phrasing in public speeches, and inconsistencies in official statements that they claim sound AI generated. The story goes that since around late 2023, some world governments began quietly implementing AI systems to optimize national decision-making, supposedly for things like economics, climate response, and national security. But in 2025, conspiracy communities started claiming those AIs had gone rogue and were now writing laws, directing foreign policy, and even creating fake politicians. Some posts even accused a few high-ranking officials of being AI-controlled avatars, digital puppets, operated from hidden data centers. What makes it creepier is that some video analysis people found moments where certain world leaders blinked at identical frame intervals, or where their speech cadence matched known AI voice models. It might sound insane, but with deep fakes so realistic and AI so advanced, it's getting harder for the average person to tell what's real. That's why this theory has people genuinely spooked, because it plays on the fear that we've already lost control, and that the algorithm is quietly steering humanity without us even realizing it. The second big theory this year is about the moon. Yeah, we're back to the moon conspiracies. But this one's different. After several countries announced new lunar missions, a wave of leaked photos started showing massive geometric structures near the lunar South Pole. At first, everyone thought they were compression artifacts or shadows, but once higher resolution satellite imagery appeared online, people claimed to see what looked like symmetrical shapes, walls, towers, and even what some say looks like an entrance carved into the rock. That set off a storm of speculation that there's already something or someone up there. Some say it's alien. Others believe it's a secret human outpost built during the Cold War. The craziest part is that a few whistleblowers who supposedly worked with private aerospace companies claim that the moon has been off limits for decades because governments discovered non-human artifacts during early missions. They say that's why we never went back after the Apollo program, not because of funding, but because of what they found. In 2025, with new missions launching again, this theory got reignited, and every new moon photo gets dissected like it's a national secret. People want to believe there's something hiding up there, a truth that's just out of reach. The third theory making headlines this year revolves around the idea that the weather isn't just being influenced by climate change, but actively controlled. Cloud seeding and geoengineering have been around for a while, but in 2025, people believe it's gone way further. There's been extreme weather across the planet, freak floods, wild temperature swings, and storms that behave in patterns too structured to seem natural. Online communities claim there's a global weather modification network run by a coalition of corporations and governments using high-frequency antennas and satellite systems to manipulate rainfall, redirect hurricanes, and even weaponize drought. The theory says this is part of a massive population control and economic manipulation plan using the weather itself as a tool of power. Every time a country suffers some catastrophic event, someone online connects it back to a supposed weather agenda. Videos showing mysterious cloud formations, sky grids, and electromagnetic pulses have flooded social media. Scientists keep explaining it away as normal atmospheric behavior, but the believers argue that science is part of the cover-up. Whether it's true or not, this one feeds into people's deepest fear that nature itself is being hijacked by human greed and technology. Then there's the fourth theory, one that sounds straight out of a cyberpunk movie, the global DNA tracking conspiracy. This one started with ancestry databases and health testing companies. But in 2025, the rumor is that your genetic data isn't just being stored, it's being used to predict behavior, control access to certain programs, and even tailor propaganda. According to this theory, governments and corporations have built a massive database of human DNA that's now being cross-referenced with psychological profiles, purchasing habits, and even social media activity. They say it's the foundation of a new predictive control system, one that can identify potential rebels, dissenters, or even people who might question authority in the future. The scariest twist is that some claim the data isn't just for prediction, it's for experimentation. A few viral posts this year accuse certain pharmaceutical programs of secretly running genetic corrections under the guise of medical research. When a few unexplained health studies got leaked showing gene editing trials with no clear purpose, the internet exploded. Whether it's real or not, the fear that your biology itself could be used as a tracking code has people completely on edge. The fifth big conspiracy this year ties into something people have whispered about for decades, but now it's digital. The simulation theory has evolved into what some are calling simulation 2.0, instead of the idea that reality is a compute. Our simulation, this new version claims we're inside a layered simulation, one that updates itself based on collective belief. In other words, reality is now dynamic. People online point to Mandela effect examples, weird timeline shifts, and glitches in digital systems as proof. The theory argues that our increasing dependence on VR, AR, and AI has blurred the lines between digital and physical so much that the simulation is now self-correcting, rewriting history and memory to stabilize itself. Some theorists even claim that strange astronomical events like sudden disappearances of stars or changes in planetary brightness are evidence of system maintenance or patch updates. It's wild stuff, but it resonates with people who feel like the world doesn't make sense anymore. You look around and everything feels a little bit off, and this theory offers a weird kind of explanation for that. And then there's the sixth, maybe the most chilling of them all, the global reset conspiracy. This one's been around for years, but in 2025, it's gained terrifying new momentum. The story goes that powerful elites, tech billionaires, and international organizations have been orchestrating an economic and cultural reset, one designed to erase national borders, centralize control, and replace traditional systems with digital governance. The claim is that new currency systems, biometric IDs, and AI-based social management tools are just the first phase. By 2030, they say, money, privacy, and even freedom of movement will be controlled through a unified global framework. In 2025, several financial collapses, mysterious cyber attacks, and coordinated policy changes made people believe this theory isn't fantasy anymore. Every time a major bank goes offline or a digital ID program gets announced, people tie it back to the reset. Some think it's all being driven by necessity and attempt to stabilize a chaotic world. Others see it as the final move in a long game, the end of individual sovereignty. And what fuels it all is that subtle sense that something massive is shifting behind the scenes, just out of public view. What's fascinating about all these theories is how they connect. The AI government theory blends into the reset theory. The DNA database ties into simulation control. The weather modification links back to elite manipulation. It's like a web, every idea feeding the next. And that's what makes modern conspiracies so powerful. They are not isolated anymore. They evolve and merge in real time,